I've got to tell you, it was terrific to be part of Paul Murray's pub test with the Prime Minister in Gosford last night. This was Scott Morrison answering relevant questions from real voters, not the gotcha questions of the Canberra Press Gallery, not the games that are played out inside the bubble. And I reckon we saw two important changes in the debate, courtesy of that event last night. Firstly, on the economy. Normally, this is a lay-down misère for the coalition, always spending less and being more economically responsible than Labor. But in this pandemic world, with unprecedented spending and unprecedented debt, the contrast is not so easy for the government anymore, is it? But Morrison found a pretty good way, I reckon, to make his point on this issue, on the economy. He defends the big spending that was necessary to get through the pandemic, but he stresses the coalition knew where to draw the line. And he points out that Labor's promises on extending JobKeeper and other measures would have cost an extra $81 billion.
That's how much more they would have spent during the pandemic. They know how to start spending, but they never know how to stop. Now, we knew we had to spend in the pandemic to get the economy through. JobKeeper saved the economy. It saved lives. It saved livelihoods. It saved most businesses around the country. But we knew when we had to turn it off.
Yeah, campaigning on turning off government spending. Be still, my smaller government heart. The other crucial attack point that came from Scott Morrison last night was against the opposition leader and Anthony Albanese's political makeover. This socialist left factional warrior has started to style his political persona on other more mainstream and conservative leaders like Bob Hawke and Paul Keating and even John Howard, for crying out loud. And this internal makeover is reinforced by a physical makeover, new glasses, new teeth, neat hair and weight loss, as we heard on 60 Minutes.
59 just a couple of days ago, and there is no denying Albo looks $1 million. But it comes at a cost. You can't have your Italian cake and eat it too.
You can only look, you can't touch.
I can't. No. Now you're just playing with me.
Now, look, this is all necessary. Albo would have no chance if he turned up in his jeans and Triple J Hottest 100 T-shirts, spruiking the green left views on climate change and open borders that have been the hallmark of his political career up to this point. But such a makeover also makes him vulnerable.
I'm not pretending to be anyone else. We're still wearing the same glasses. And, sadly, the same suits. And I weigh about the same, and I don't mind a bit of Italian cake either. So I'm happy in my own skin, and I'm not pretending to be anyone else.
Now, this is an important criticism from the Prime Minister because apart from getting his own arguments right, apart from putting forward a stronger agenda himself, there's no way he can get even close to winning this election without taking some bark off Albanese. And he expanded on this theme in Perth today.
I'm not pretending to be someone else. I'm not seeking to ride on someone else's coattails when it comes to being re-elected as Prime Minister. People, they might not agree with everything I've done, but they know what I'm about. My opponent is trying to pretend to be everything from John Howard to Mark McGowan or even Bob Hawke, and you can't present yourself to the Australian people as something that you're not.
Now, we're going to hear a lot more of this, I reckon, including ads. So the PM did well last night. He's got a hell of a job to win the next election, but he did well last night. I just wonder why, in the middle of such a promising performance at Gosford, he would stuff it all up with this.
Hairdressing was one. I got some tutoring on how to do that the other day down in Melbourne. A few people had a bit of a crack at me. Anyway, whatever. I wasn't that good at it. I haven't got much to work with. A bit more than Chris Kenny, though.
Seriously? He wants to bag me out about my lack of hair? I called the lawyers, but they said truth is a defence. Maybe I need a makeover too.